Hey guys, Marlo back again with another unboxing and review. And since we're all missing out on San Diego Comic-Con 2020, at least, not being able to go to the actual convention, I've been spending a lot of money online and, searching my local areas for things that I can pick up. So today I went to my local comic shop looking for some other comics for the collection. And lo and behold, I found these three NECA figures, which I have been looking for. First of all, we have Annabelle, followed by Godzilla, Tokyo SOS, and Godzilla vs. Biollante. So I'm going to do this review, first of all, on, let's see, I guess the Godzilla vs. Biollante figure here. Just for a quick preview, stay tuned for these. I'll do separate reviews. Here is Annabelle. I know some of these have been out for a while, but I just have not been able to locate them. Here is the Godzilla Tokyo SOS figure. But yeah, was glad to see them at my local comic shop today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the Godzilla vs. Biollante figure here. As you can see, as they've been doing lately, they've been throwing in the image of the Godzilla posters on the front of the package, which is really great. You can also see it there at the side of the package. And once again, there are some images of the figure at the back. And a little read-up on the figure. If you want to, just go ahead and pause the video as I will continue to move on. Another great image there at the other side. And from what I'm hearing, unfortunately, these two will pretty much be the last two figures. I think there's going to be two versions still coming out of the Biollante Godzilla and the SOS figure. That's the barcode there anyways. Two more versions that are just repaints basically of these two figures. So yeah, that will mark the end of the NECA Godzilla line of figures, at least for the time being, due to them losing their license for Godzilla, which is really unfortunate since they are really starting to improve with Godzilla and really getting good with everything going here with the packaging and the sculpts. Anyhow, some more images there of the product inside, very cool looking. And as you can see there, this is how he comes packaged in the box on the tray there. Looks like my tail came loose a little bit there in the tray, but you get the idea. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up and take a closer look at Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Biollante. And here we have the Godzilla figure out of the box and out of its tray. In the background there, you can see the backdrop that comes with the figure. Nothing too special. I don't think I'm going to bother keeping that one. Unfortunately, I'm one of those that cannot keep my boxes. Just don't have the room. So what I typically do is I just cut the front flap off because I do like that poster art. So I just pretty much keep the front of the box as part of the collection, and the rest I just chuck if I don't really care for it. The rest of the contents include the instruction sheet that we have seen with all the other Godzilla figures. Basically just telling you it's best to warm up the end of the tail either with some hot water or a blow dryer. I prefer a blow dryer myself. Don't have to deal with wiping stuff off, such as the water. And you can see the tail here, which is quite long, which is really great because the previous versions of sort of this 89 Godzilla, or this design of the suit that NECA has done early on, have been lacking, to say the least. So their tails were shorter, the texture was a lot more glossy, definitely looked more toy-like. So like I said, they've been improving over the years with their Godzilla figures. This is the Atomic Breath. I believe this is also a new sculpt. At least I don't remember seeing this design. It's kind of like in a swirly pattern there, so that's kind of neat. And that should just plug into the mouth. And a closer look at the tail. Looks to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think there's 6 segments to this tail basically, so that's a lot of points of articulation there. Almost at every 2 sections there's a joint. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, so that makes like 6 segments there. And with this portion of the tail, looks like there is 1 and then 2, so quite a bit of articulation in that tail once we get this popped on. So let me go ahead and do that. Got the tail attached. It did take a little bit of effort, so I definitely do recommend using the hot water or blow dryer technique in this case. Oftentimes I can just pop it on my own, but yeah, this one was a little bit tough. So please, you know, save yourself some trouble and yeah, heat up that tail. As you can see with the tail attached, it is quite long and awesome looking on this figure. Again, while not being 100% accurate in terms of looks, in my opinion, he is still far and above a huge improvement over previous releases of this suit design, at least by Neca. Let's take a look at some measurements before I forget. He stands, you can see there, at just under 7 inches tall, maybe a little over 6.5, depending on how you pose them. And with the tail width, that's quite long. Let me see. Without even really flattening it out, just the tail portion alone kind of goes out to about 10 inches, maybe a little bit longer, as you can see there with my measurement. So just to give you guys a general idea of the size of this figure, let's look at the overall details. You can see, luckily I think the paint job on my figure is pretty good. The eyes seem fairly centered. Doesn't look too crazy looking forward. The mouth does articulate, so that opens up like so to reveal the tongue inside. Nicely painted with all the teeth. Claws are nicely painted as well. You can see all the details there on the chest, the legs. Toes are well painted, as are the spines along the back of the figure, going all the way down the long tail, which is just really awesome looking. And again, a look at the tail and the other side of the figure. And yeah, something about the face isn't quite right. It looks okay at some angles, but looks a little bit puffy or something. Not too sure what's going on. And I think the eye colors might be off. Don't recall. I thought they were a little bit more of a yellow orange type color. So I need to go back and watch that in the film. So let's see some of the articulation points on this guy. Oop, I can set the camera down, move everything around and out of the way. We have, let's see, the lighting. So we have articulation points here at the top part of the neck, the bottom portion. Of course, like I said, the jaw opens and closes. Goes down quite a bit actually. Closes like so. The arms go out. You get joints at the elbow, swivel, the wrist, and even at the claws, which is really neat. So quite a bit of articulation in the arms alone. Chest swivels. Legs can go out a little bit, rotate. Same with the knees and the feet. And like I showed earlier, lots of points of articulation with the tail there. Again, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections in all for the tail. And the huge dorsal fin there. Looks cool. Let me see if I can pull him back a little bit. Yeah, he goes back like so, depending on how you want to pose him, and forward, so you won't get that huge gap there. And let's see, with the atomic breath, that should shove in, not sure if it's this way, maybe this way, over the tongue. There we go, something like that. And that's how he looks with the atomic breath. So that's quite neat. Definitely like how that looks, and it locks into place pretty good there, as you can see. And real quick, let me do a comparison, if I can straighten out the sky a little bit, with some of my other Godzilla NECA figures. Of course, they're not going to really be to scale, because all the various Godzillas were different sizes throughout the movies, but just to give you guys an idea of how they look with the other toys, this is the 2014 design, or I don't know, what was it, the latest design actually, for Godzilla. You can see how tall he is. I have here the Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Mothra. Let's see how he sizes up. And let's see, last but not least, how about the 84 Godzilla? You can see that the tail on the Biogoji is the longest, quite huge there in comparison to the other Godzilla figures, with shorter, smaller, stumpier tails. But height-wise, looks on par with the Godzilla vs. Mothra figure. Just a tad bigger than the 84, 85 Godzilla, and all of them are bigger than the more recent legendary design Godzilla here. Even though I think technically he is one of the bigger Godzillas, or should be, in the films. Don't know why they opted to make him so tiny. He could have been a little bit bigger. That would have been cool if he was maybe like that big as a figure. Of course, you know, it's just camera tricks here. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing and review. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share the video, like the video, and as always, stay safe, keep on collecting, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.